What's good, people? Welcome. Thank you for joining me yet again. This is Once We Are Not the Same, a magazine dedicated to shit that I'm into, the end. You know what it is already. It's your boy P5, aka Phoenix the Fireboy, aka P77, aka Mr. P, pose for the picture, aka P don't stop the music, aka P equals MC squared. I'm just gonna rehash all the ones I've already used till I've come up with some new ones, aka P don't ever stop the aliases, aka P never stop no aliases, and aka P ain't getting on no plane, fool. Anyway, what's good, my gang? Welcome to another episode of Whatever the Fuck I Want to Talk About. Today's topic of Whatever the Fuck I Want to Talk About is stay on course. Stay on course. The last episode we spoke about using your support system and making sure that, you are utilizing them in the right way and make sure you have the right people around you, and also you being part of a support system to your friends and people around you. And today I want to talk about staying on course. Stay on course. And what do I mean by stay on course? In the first episode we talked about chasing your dreams, or making a change in your life and sort of trying to make sure that you do all the necessary things that will enable you to do that. So let's assume we're already on that path, and you have your plan, you have your goal, you have your why. So what's next? Next is staying on course, staying dedicated to what it is that you have outlined for yourself. For example, myself, I'm doing this as I spoke to you initially, as I mentioned initially when I first started this, I was going to do this for a year and not work and just concentrate on this. Now there's things that have come up that I actually need to do. And to do that, I'm going to need to make sure that I have money coming in. However, that being the case, because now I've decided that I'm actually going to start looking for a new job and so on and so forth, that doesn't stop what I'm doing. I still have to stay on course. I still have to make sure that all the things I've put in place, I continue. And not only do I continue, but I continue them at a certain level. Remember what your why is. Remember why you're doing whatever it is you're doing. Whether it's you're trying to find a new job, whether it's you've decided to go into work for yourself, whether it's you're having issues in your relationship but you've decided to work it out, and you set a plan in place to help the both of you move forward. Whatever the goal or the why is, now just remember to stay on course. I know every day you wake up and another piece of nonsense wants to be thrown at you. The world's in disarray, COVID's taking everyone out, the news is forever telling you it's doom and gloom. Hence why I don't watch the news. Maybe once every 3 months I might dip in. It's forever telling you that everything is bad. So it's easy for people to go to what they know, aka their comfort zone. Just go back to their comfort zone, stay in there for a while, and after the world's better, I'll come out and I'll be back to staying on course. As you and I both know, there is no time where you can disappear, come back, and the world is better. No, because as soon as the world gets better, the world gets sick again. So there is no ideal time. There is no incubation period that will allow you to hibernate, disappear, come back, and voila, c'est bon. Everything is c'est belle, it's beautiful. It doesn't exist. So we have to remind ourselves to stay on course. Do all the little things that we were doing or have been doing, and continue to do those, and actually increase those things. So bit by bit, if you do 2 push-ups today, next week do 3. It's that kind of thing. It's not, I did 20 push-ups today, so tomorrow I can do 1. No, that's not how it works. You need to do a minimum of 2 at least, as you know when you started your course. 2 push-ups, and then you move to 3, and so on and so forth. So the fact that you've done 20 doesn't allow for you to do less the next day. Now let's speak about myself. So obviously I'm doing this YouTube thing, and I'm gonna film every day I had stuff filmed already before, but once that had reached its, it reached its limit, as in some of it wasn't good enough compared to what I'd already done. Some of it I might have made a mistake, so I had to refilm it. But I had a schedule, like film every day, edit, film, edit. Now last week I sort of took my foot off the gas. I just kind of, because I've been pumping out material. So I took my foot off the gas so that I could just, let's just call it laziness, so I could breathe a little. But it was laziness. There was nothing physically or even mentally stopping me. I guess I did need a little, bit of respite, but I'm hardly lugging coal from the mine. So although it's all relative. So allow yourself to rest. Don't always down yourself, as I've always said, but allow yourself to rest. But I digress. Anyway, so I took a bit of time out, but this week I'm like, all right, cool. I need to get back to exactly what I'm doing. As I'm speaking to you now, this is the third thing I filmed today. So, when this comes out, I don't know how many things I would have filmed today, but I would have filmed quite a bit, probably about 5 things, but this is number 3. And I could have easily have gone, a week, 2 weeks. 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And then I'm totally off course. What I did is I pulled up on the hard shoulder, I took a bit of time out, and then I started my engine again, and here we are. So there's nothing wrong with pulling over at the hard shoulder, getting that bit of rest. Make sure you're safe, make sure you're not in the way of the oncoming trucks and vehicles. Make sure you really are on the hard shoulder at the right point, and then you can sort of take that little break. So taking a little break, back on the motorway, here we go, full steam ahead. And that is really it. We should allow ourselves to take the breaks, know when we need those breaks, more importantly, because a lot of us don't take the breaks that our body or our mind tells us to take. Our mind, our body gives us the signals, we ignore the signals and we carry on, and then all of a sudden we crash into a wall. Now you've got a mouthful of airbags and your neck's hurting from the whiplash. You should have listened to the signs. When that emergency light was flashing and telling you, shit ain't all good, stuff ain't all good, you ignored it. You was like, I can still go. If I go another 10 miles, I'll be alright. By the time I get there, I'll be home. But who knows? Can you even make it the next mile, talk less of 10 miles? So listen to your body, listen to your mind. If your mind is tired and your body's tired, just take some steps back and breathe. Don't try and be a martyr and go, I can do it all. And not only can I do it all, I can do it all at once. I can do everything at every time, all in one space at one time. I am a super all-doing being. I'll tell you what happens to super all-doing beings after a while. They become super non-doing beings. Just sloth like, I can't do anything. Why? Because you burnt your engine out. You flooded your engine. I'm digressing. This should be for another topic called remember to take breaks and allow yourself to take a break. This is staying on course, but you get what I'm saying. So take that little break, but then get right back onto that motorway. Stay on course. Remember what your goals are. Remember your why. Remember the steps that you have to put in place to get where you are. If you're already at a certain place, maybe set new goals, and that will allow you to stay on course. So if you've achieved all your goals already, set new ones. I mean, by the time you're getting to goal 10 out of a list of 10, if you're on goal 9, you should have been setting new goals before you get to the 10th one anyway. It doesn't mean you have to then act them out, but at least you already have them. So this message is really just about staying on course. Continue to do the things that are producing you results. Continue to do the things that are getting results. Like, do those things. And a lot of the times, as we all find out, it's the little things. It's not the one big thing that we did. It was all the little things that we were doing prior. The waking up early, spending time to write that extra 20 minutes, spending time to vocal texturize that extra 20 minutes, warming up the vocals, spending time to rehearse that extra 20 minutes, or whatever it is, spending an extra hour or two filming, spending that extra 3 hours editing, whatever it is, It's those little things that give us the big results. You know, when I do all of these, and you watch a video, the video literally, I know I thought I could just record myself, do 2 edit here and there, and voila. But no, like there's actually bits like just to choose the right frame, to choose the right this, to get that right. Oh, the lighting on that shot was bad, I might need to redo it, or whatever it is. And you'll realize that, oh, I've actually spent ages editing a clip, one bit of film, one bit of footage, because within that bit of footage I need 10 separate bits, but they're not in unison, you know. And you're like, oh, actually it's not as straightforward as I told myself it would be. There is more, it's more time intensive, so you have to bear in mind things like that. What are the obstacles that you faced, and how have you overcome them? And if you haven't overcome them, what will you do to overcome them so that you can stay on course? Again, like I said, the world throws stuff at us, you know, whether it's the actual world throwing rocks at us, or it's our internal world which is throwing the rocks. Oh, you're no good, you need to do it. But remember, that's the devil on your shoulder, you know, that voice saying, oh, just don't worry, you can do it next week, or don't worry, you can do it, you know. That is the devil on your shoulder. It should be there, but at the same time, the angel on your shoulder should be saying, come on, there is no tomorrow, get up, let's do it now, let's go for it, let's smash it. And if you listen to that one more time, you're probably gonna be in the places that you want to be, seeing the people, mingling with the people you want to be, achieving the things you want to do, and ticking off the goals that you've set for yourself. So stay on course, people. Stay on course. This is a message to you, and it's a message to me. Remember your why. Remember your goals. And I think that should be enough. That should be enough to keep you on course for where you need to be. You know, if you've got a goal to be a millionaire by the time you're 25 and you're 21, you can't afford to sit down on your ass till you're 24 hoping that 1 year period before your deadline hits is the time you're going to make your millions, because you've not disciplined yourself enough in those 3 years to now allow yourself to reap the benefits of that 4th year. Because the 4th year is probably when everything starts happening, throwing at you, because why? You've done all the hard work in year 1, year 2 and year 3. So 4th year is when you start reaping, and by 4th year, and by the time you're 25, now the money's coming in, you're a millionaire, people start calling you an overnight sensation. Oh my god, yeah, he just came from nothing, and all of a sudden he made all this money and is rich, and she you know, where did she get it? I'm sure she had a rich uncle give it to her. No, you've been grinding them 3 years that nobody saw. You were grinding. Meanwhile, your alternate reality you hasn't been grinding for 3 years. Now it's the year before your deadline. You're like, I need to be a millionaire before I'm 25. Let me start putting in the work. However, not only do you have to put in the work, you now have to put in the discipline mechanisms to allow you to ensure that you stay on course. And as we all know, we're more likely going to falter in the first year. So you don't have a year to falter. You have no time to falter. So you have to be bang on, zoom, 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 laser light focus. Remember, do you want me to talk? No, Mr. Bond, I want you to die. Laser light focus, remember? So you're now trying to get all that in 1 year. What happens? You're bound to fall off. Why? Because you've not given yourself enough time to allow for failure. You've not given yourself enough time to allow for those moments where you just can't be asked. You know, you've not done any of that, but you're trying to cram it all into 1 year. You might not make it. I'm sure there's a few that will make it using that approach, but, you know, it's probably a very minuscule amount. So allow yourself the room for failure. Give yourself that time while you're staying on course. I'm not gonna over egg this pudding. I think the message is pretty clear. So guys, whatever it is that you set out for yourself, whatever it is that you say that you want to do, need to do, or are doing, remember your why and remember the path that you have set. And again, stay on that path, but feel free to move over to the hard shoulder, take a little break, and then jump back on the motorway, and it's whip, 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 I'm German whipping, you know? life is good again. Again, regardless of what's going on outside or around us, everything we need is in here and in here and around us. The energy, you know, you've got your mind for a reason, you've got your heart and soul, which you should always keep pure, and that will allow you to harness the energy. So keep that triangle ticking. Your heart and soul, keep them pure, keep them open. Your mind, make sure it's sharp, make sure it's ticking, make sure it's firing on cylinders, and then harness the energy, and then you'll be in a beautiful triumvirate, a beautiful trinity is what I was looking for. Triumvirate's right, but I was looking for trinity. You'll be in a beautiful trinity which should work in unison, and voila, we are now in a better place. The next question is, what do we do now? How do we improve on our improvements? And that's the way we should live our lives. How do we improve on our improvements? Every improvement we make, let's improve on it. So that way we get better. The life is all about being the best human you can be. That's the secret of life. How can you be the best human that you can be? You guys, appreciate it. It's not a long one today. It's a poignant one, and one that I hope you take heed of, guys, because a lot of us are doing a lot of things and a lot of us are trying to achieve, and again there's going to be that obstacle and that obstacle that's going to try and throw us off. But if we remember what we're doing this for, we're always going to push through, and we're going to obliterate any obstacles that dares to stand in our way. So my people, you know what it is. It's your boy Phoenix the Fireboy, aka P likes to preach a bit, aka P prophets, aka P the Messiah, aka he's not the Messiah, he's a very naughty boy. Guys, this has been whatever the fuck I want to talk about. Once We Are Not the Same, a magazine dedicated to shit that I'm into. You once again have been beautiful, and the message has been the message. Let's stay on course. Peace. I said peace and did gun fingers. Anyway, play credits.